time. Oh.
Happy days.
Firstly, I'm Thomas.
I'm Andrew.
How you doing?
I'm living the dream. Living the dream.
You winning? Giddy out of it. So, we're just gonna run through how this conceptualized. So, basically, I put out a podcast. I put out a hit on the old TikTok. Anyone want to do a podcast with me?
I think it comes from a mutual agreement that we both want what's best for the bush. We want to keep it open.
Yeah.
We want to enjoy it. We want to see other people enjoying it.
Yep.
And we figured maybe doing something like this might help it happen. I'm sick of seeing good tracks get closed.
Damn right.
So, yeah, we'll do what we can.
Yep.
Talk a bit of trash in between.
So, yeah, what cars you got, man?
Mostly GQs. So the one I come in's a TD GQ. Yep. The race car, as we call it, the comp car, is a GQ with a 5 litre in it.
TDs are getting up there. They're getting hen's teeth, aren't they?
TDs are definitely up there. That one will be for sale for sure. But no, as much as people laugh, the old Prado, the 120 Prado, that's actually my weapon of choice. So I've got 2 twin lock GQs, and when I've got to put the little dudes in a car and go somewhere, it's done in a Prado. It's much more comfortable car to drive than a 25-year-old rust bucket.
It's something that happens as you get a little bit older. You go,
the
capable.
The center console's means a fridge, so
capable also means comfortable.
Exactly. Yep.
I get that. Yeah. Well, I had the Luxy as the first one, and the next one after that was definitely a Pajero. Like,
yep.
I wanted full comfort. Most of what I was doing was
IFS,
drive. Yep. Daily driving, I like independent rear as well too, so it was like a cloud.
That's it.
I like a cloud. And
like riding an armchair.
Yeah, and third one was the new Land Cruiser as well too,
the old
93.
9080, yep.
It looks pretty good.
That's a go. It is. Nice, yep.
So yeah, firstly, we wanted this podcast to be like, there's going to be a smaller bit about on the start, like a 5-minute bulletin, what's going on in the 4x4 community as well too. Do you watch four-wheel drive action, or what's that for? Four-wheel drive 24/7?
Yeah, bits of it. Used to watch a lot of it, but now the kids get the remote. Mate,
by the wayside as well too.
I don't get anywhere near as much TV time as I used to.
Because you can tiptoe around it as much as you can, but they dominate the four-wheel drive chat sphere.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Their marketing and everything for it, they've got the backing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was just going to bring up. Have you seen Graham's new chop?
Y62, isn't it? Yeah.
It's looking beastie. I think, when the Land Cruisers got chopped, like last year on their season, that was a huge popular thing.
Yeah,
everyone
definitely,
rushed out and spent $250,000 on a chop.
Yes.
And I think that people are going to do the same thing on the Y62s now as well.
Definitely. I actually saw one. Yeah, I saw one cut into a dual cab the other day going through the main street of Pakenham. And it was very nice.
Yeah, they are genuine influences as well too.
Petrol prices weren't
eating halves of sticks.
They're allowed to eat the sticks.
Yeah, petrol prices really weren't upsetting old mate because he was right up it.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly right. Well, that's it. Like, the new Y62s, from what I hear, they are more efficient than the new modern Land Cruiser petrols, and even sometimes the V8
they say
they're
fairly economical, yeah. I used to work with a bloke that had one, just a stock one.
Yep.
And, we were comparing, the fuel economy for my 4-litre Prado versus his. What are they, Are they 5 litre?
I think they're 5.8.
5.8?
Yeah, the new ones. They come out with 400 horsepower from stock. That's ridiculous.
You bolt a supercharger to it and go from there, yeah. Yep.
God, if anything, that would be the dream car.
Definitely.
Yeah, so then the next part of the segment was genuinely going to be like a large body, and for this one, it's definitely going to be introductions. So, and that's what we're here to do as well. So, anything else you want to add? Like, you got some favourite tracks out there that you want to share? Don't share the ones you don't, obviously.
No, well, the bulk of our extreme driving's done on private property.
Yeah.
There is the odd good one, but
yeah, because you're doing four-wheel drive racing as well.
Yes,
like
so
comp racing.
Yeah, we're doing it to a stopwatch.
Yeah.
So, where everyone else gets out and takes photos.
When everyone else pretends on social media that they want to do it, you're doing the real stuff.
Yeah. So,
amateur racing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are
there any professional races where you can potentially win prize money?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we race all over Australia. Yep.
That is ridiculously awesome.
The start of last year, we done Cliffhanger. So
I've heard of that one, yeah.
So I'm the navigator for the 4x4 ORC
Your
car.
navvy, yeah.
And we done really well. We won overall non-bypass shock. So anyone that beat us had better suspension than what we did.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I think we placed 6th overall, and that's out of about 60 cars.
Wow.
And it was a week of torture. We actually on the way home, we both said to each other, like, if you asked me to do this again next week, I'd say thanks, but no thanks.
Was it warm?
But then, it's hot. You're out in the desert.
Yeah.
You've got no sleep. You've got to keep the car going. Like we're rebuilding diffs in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then to be back on stage,
You're basically
8 o'clock the next day.
Most racing, even up there from the V8 supercars, and what you're doing, you're all athletes, in my eyes.
Yep,
Absolutely.
But then after a month or two, you know, let the dust settle and you wash the car and you fix it and you start thinking, gee, should we enter again next year? And of course, yeah, we have. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Got a 3-car event coming up in Bendigo in the end of this month.
Yep.
So that's the first 3-car event we've done. I'm actually driving my car in that one.
Lovely.
Yeah, looking forward to that. It's a 24-hour continuous race. So sort of like a Le Mans thing.
Yeah, okay.
But each car's got to do 8 hours.
Wow.
If,
8 hours.
If one car doesn't make the 8 hours, the other 2 have got to pick up the slack.
They've got to do the slack, yeah.
Drivers and navigators can change in between cars.
How often does usually that car not make it?
A lot of time that's my car. And
I love your honesty.
I normally get about 2 or 3 good hours out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and a couple other mates have got some good running jokes about who's towing who home every time we go out.
That's brilliant.
But it's part of it, and that's why I want to do this.
Who's bringing home the beers at the end of the day as well?
And the bush mechanic fixes, you know, just make it good enough so that I can get it to the road so we can get a tow truck.
The knowledge you must have just in that whole process of from start to finish getting a car on the road in race conditions as well too.
Definitely, yeah.
With race times to think of.
Yeah, yep.
And time frames.
Well,
I can't fathom that.
You can't afford for something little to let you go.
No.
And it's much like they say about Formula One cars.
Yeah.
It's a 50-cent washer that stops the car from running. And, you know, they come into the pits, and a lot of that's with you know, air locker lines and things like that. You run them too close to a source of heat.
Yeah.
It's all well and good while you go test it and you go play with your mates, but then you get the car up to proper race temps.
Yeah.
And things start to melt, stuff starts to rub on other things, and
high vibrations.
Yep.
The enemy. Yeah.
Yep. Corrugations. Just the sheer stress that you're putting on everything.
A good example, if there's someone out there that does it locally, Kistler Racing, obviously, he's huge on YouTube at the moment as well too. Yeah, that's all right.
Yes.
I can just cut this out.
Race with and against him. Yep.
It's all right.
Go away. Go away.
Go on. It's all right. It's okay, buddy. High fives. Yeah.
Knuckles,
Knuckles.
you want to stay with me?
He's cool.
Yeah, he's my little dude. He helps me in the shed all the time. It's good. They're starting to learn numbers so they can pass me spanners and stuff, so you don't have to crawl out from under the car.
7.
Yeah. I want the one with the 1 and the 4 on it, please.
That's it. So yeah, Kistler Racing, like they're huge on YouTube.
Yep.
And he goes into like a lot of attention to detail stuff. And a lot of the comment stuff is, why do you care so much about that? And it's because you're under race conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't afford to have it fail, but it's much the same when you're out in the high country with the wife and kids. You can't afford
There's no
for
error.
things. Yeah, well, I mean,
there's no room for
you
error.
allow. You've got a toolkit. You've got duct tape. You've got zip ties. You've got the basics that you need. Well, this is a story that happened to me once. I lost a wheel hooking through the high country.
Yep.
The wheel come off and scooted off into the bushes.
Goodbye.
So we stopped. Some boys went. They found it.
Yep.
And they come back and I jacked the car up and I started hammering the studs in.
Yep.
Knocking the studs in, and someone's gone to me, well, what are you doing? I said, I'll replace the studs. And how are you going to replace the studs? I said, I've got 6 studs in the toolbox.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely gobsmacked. Because who carries wheel studs in their toolbox? And I just looked at him and I said, this isn't the first time that a wheel's fallen off my car.
Yeah.
And last time it happened, the car was immobile and we had to get a tow truck to tow it home, and it cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And so I went and I bought the 6
That's
wheel
a
studs.
microphone, darling.
Bought the 6 wheel studs to fix the problem, and
Yep.
bought another 6 to go in the toolbox.
Wow. Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, the stuff that's in your toolbox, you're going to give to someone else to get them out of trouble.
Yeah, that is so correct. Like, usually you travel in convoys.
Yep.
Coincidentally, it's just birds of a feather at this stage, like with the same vehicles
Well,
as well.
that's-
So you'd be very surprised how people don't even realise that they're doing that as well too.
That's why with the GQs.
Yeah, I always somehow just end up going in a convoy of Hiluxes.
Yep. Yeah.
Don't know how it happens. Yeah, it
Well,
always
you
does.
tend to have the same modifications, the same capabilities.
Yep, and you usually go on the same tracks and you basically play your strengths.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that happens a fair bit as well too. So, like in your race toolkit, do you want to go in through some of the stuff that you've got in that?
Oh, we could leave that for a totally separate segment if you want, but everything, wheel bearings,
Yep.
tie rod ends, a pitman arm.
Yep.
So off the bottom of the steering box, just the things that if you break them,
Yep.
you're
done.
out. So I
Yeah.
carry mushroom bushes. They go on the end of the radius arm,
Yep.
but then this is now another version that I dropped a wheel bearing on my camper trailer.
Oh yeah.
And then what was I going to do? I was able to get 2 mushroom bushes
Yep.
either side of the hub that was all messed up, and I
Yep.
put chainsaw bar oil in there, and I was able to do it up enough
Just enough.
that I could get the car, as I said, out to the road,
Yep.
where I was able to then unhook the trailer. I shot into Traralgon, picked up a car trailer from a friend,
Yep.
I drove back up, and this was coming out of Wanningata Station.
It's
from-
bloody ripper.
Was it Zeka Creek track?
Yep.
Down to Traralgon, got a car trailer, back up to Zeka Creek track, put my camper trailer on the
We'll
car
have-
trailer, and then took it all the way
We'll
up.
have to do one of these in Wanningata one day.
Oh, definitely, yep, definitely.
So even if I can't get the missus to come,
Yep.
we'll take the kids in there.
Even out from the caravan at Lacola,
Yeah.
Yep.
And do a beeline out there. How do the kids go on the travel?
they love it. They absolutely love being
Yeah.
in the cars, yep.
Brilliant.
Ever since they were young. So the oldest,
Yeah.
when she was born, me and the missus done 2 weeks around Tassie
Oh, ripper.
in a GQ Shorty
Yeah.
that had a roll cage in it,
Yep.
and the baby seat was in the centre in the back because it just had one pillion seat in the back,
Yep.
and that's where the baby seat was.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, they've grown up around it.
That's good.
We've actually got a couple of tracks home from mates' places. It's like we've got fire access only track.
Yep.
So they call it the bumpy road. So when we're leaving, they beg me, oh, Dad, can we go the bumpy road? Can we go the bumpy road? Oh, you don't.
Yep.
I've got a rubber arm. You don't need to twist that too much. So of course we do.
That is
no,
absolute
yeah,
ripper.
love it.
Yeah.
And just being out in the woods, picking up sticks, throwing rocks in the creek, just doing things that kids are supposed to do.
Bushy stuff.
That's it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Playing with fire.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, no, I've got to get out there a lot more into those remote places as well.
Yeah,
too.
definitely. Yep.
Like I head up to Dargo a fair bit. Like that's where we got literally family origins up there. So I actually went to school up there at the school as well
Yeah,
too.
nice.
That's before it was closed. So I
Yep.
was proper up there as well
Yep.
too. And yeah, I head up there as often as I do. And that's fairly in the heart and then thick of it too as well too.
Oh, definitely.
And
yeah.
like tracks like Billy Goats and Blue Rag,
Yep.
I'm doing them 3 times a year
Yeah, definitely.
as well
Yep.
too. So just they're so easy to get to. They are, yeah, honestly, they are graded, but I go up there for views, go up there to be alone as well too, and to be with people that are doing the same thing. You swap over and you have a 5-second chat with someone that's doing the exact same track in the opposite direction.
Yep. Where'd they
So
come
good.
from? What
Yeah.
got them there? I've met people that have come from Queensland, from Sydney.
Yeah,
You just bump into them in the high country and
New South Wales green P plates.
Well, they've got New South Wales plates or
Yeah.
Western Australia plates or whatever, and you just say, well,
and they've made
where have
their
you
way.
been? Where are you going? Yeah, and they travel
Zigzag
the thick
through.
of it. Like we just drive in, drive out.
Yeah,
I think I sort of take the high country for granted because it's so close, and I've
Yeah.
grown up in it.
we live on the doorstep
Yeah,
on the west side.
And I'd happily drive through. I'll go in Lacola
Yeah.
and come out in Mansfield.
Yeah,
And
I would love to do one of those.
Think nothing of it.
Yeah,
Whereas other people, they plan for a year to do this, the big epic trip that they
the
want
big
to
high
do.
country
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
And they start from the top of New South Wales, make their way down from Canberra into the top.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've got a trip that we do from home, and I start in Newgie, and we get into the forest in Newgie.
Perfect.
And then go the whole way through,
Yep.
so over the Thompson Dam and come in the back of
Yep.
Walhalla Aberfeldy, you'd call it.
Yeah, nice.
Especially in the snow. So we'll do all the snow peaks, all the
Yep.
high altitude.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, just loop it all
I
together.
can't believe I'm so close, even right where I am, 45 minutes. I
Yeah,
can be in
definitely.
snow.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
And the same 45 minutes you could be on the beach.
Yeah,
In the
ridiculous.
and that's what I mean. We
Yeah.
take it for granted. And then that then comes back to why I want to do this is just show some appreciation for it.
Taking care of it as well.
Taking care of it. The rubbish dumping, the donuts in campsites. Like there's a time and a place for it, and
It hurts me.
I'm one for it.
Yeah.
I pay my entry. I go to private property, and we do what we
Yeah.
want. You know, the car's on limiter. You're ripping up bog holes. It's everything it should be.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like you put that post up on TikTok over, I think was it Christmas?
Yeah, about the rubbish at the
The
campsite.
rubbish.
Yep.
Like got 300,000.
Yeah, I think it's up in
Overnight.
600.
Yeah.
But overnight it went bonkers.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep.
People were just not having it as well too.
But it's just
and you see that.
It's the same. Like it was three things. It was a felled tree in the campground,
Yep.
the fire still going, and rubbish left everywhere.
It was going fairly actively over, I
And
remember
it-
too.
you
There
know,
was
it could have
not
been-
just smouldering,
Yeah,
there was
it could
hot
have been
coals.
3 different groups of people.
You
That
could cook on that.
tree could have been felled 2 weeks before I got there.
Yep.
The rubbish has probably been there for 6 months, but
Yep.
that fire was, still going from the night before. And I didn't really even mean to film that because I actually had a GoPro.
Yeah.
And I got out of the car because I was GoProing the driving. So there's another example. So we're in it's a GU with an LSA in it. So it's a
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Is it a 6.7 litre or is it just a
think-
6 litre? Supercharged,
Yep.
whatever it is. It's a mate's car. He's
a monster.
The bloke I race with, yeah. So we were I was actually taking the piss out of him because it was getting hot.
Yeah.
So I was filming him stopping and letting it cool down and picking on modified vehicles. And as we've rolled into camp, I've gone, for real, the fire's still going. So I sort of got out of the car and walked around, and everything that I said, I'm like, you know what, I'll go get my phone because my ability to move stuff from a GoPro
It's tough.
to actually
Same.
be able to use it. Yeah, so
Same.
I'll go get my phone, and I walked around, done exactly the same thing again, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little secret that I do. I do nothing on GoPros. Everything's on iPhones.
Yeah,
It's
definitely,
just-
yeah. I have
Yeah.
hundreds of hours of footage on a GoPro because
Yeah.
most of the races I wear a GoPro on my helmet.
Yep.
So I actually have footage of myself being pinned underneath a winch line. So
That
we're
is ridiculously
yep. So
awesome.
hooked to the tree. It's got a long story behind this one.
Yep.
But hooked to the tree, there was a recovery of another car. We had heaps and heaps of rope out, and the stopwatch got stopped, which is what I blame it on because you go out of race mode. You're not. It becomes relaxed. Okay, let's make sure we do this right.
Yep.
And then we're righto, time to go again, and someone's gone, yep, righto, clock's on, and I've gone, oh shit, I've got meters and meters of rope. Suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. And it was just a matter of I was standing on the wrong side of the rope.
Yep.
But in racing, you can't step over a live rope. It's
No.
a 10-point penalty.
Yep.
So as I've noticed what's going on, I've gone, oh shit, instead of saying stop winching, when the winches are that fast, you can't.
Yep.
I simply let it go and turned to run, and I barely got 2 steps. And as the rope pulled tight, it whacked me in the back of the legs, knocked me over, and then pinned me to the ground. And he was still on the button, winching the car up the hill while the rope was across my legs. And in the footage, we'll try and, it's very poor quality footage. We'll
Still,
try and do something with it. I think I'm on the ground for about 3 seconds. From the time I go, oh shit, I hit the ground, and then I get up again.
Yep.
There's shit that went through my mind. So I'm thinking to myself, I've got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
How am I going to walk my daughter down the aisle if I lose a leg? Yeah, how am I going to pay my mortgage next week when I can't? So I'm a roof tiler. How am I going to go up and down a ladder
Ain't no roof.
where I got a fucking peg leg?
Yeah.
And in the 3 seconds that I was lying on the ground, that's what went through my mind. But luckily, good communication with everyone else around us. Stop, 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 winch out. I got up and I actually run away and go, woohoo, Jesus. Have a go at that. And then, go,
Victory.
because we're still racing. Go, winch in, go, 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 go. I unhook the winch, I get back in the car.
Yep.
And as we drive off, me and the driver start talking to each other. Yeah, and he was like, what was going on? And I said, mate, you don't want to know. Let's just keep going.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it happens. It's dangerous. And that's why I've got a big passion for winch recovery, stuff like that.
Proper.
I hate seeing people out there. I'm not going to say they don't have a clue. It's people that aren't 100% sure of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And maybe you've got a few bystanders, and especially people on the sidelines telling you to go, go, go. I watched a bloke get driven over. So they just winched him, and he was hanging. He was hanging on the front of the bull bar, and he'd reached down to hook the hook on underneath the car.
Yep.
And someone standing beside the driver said, "Yeah, you're all good. Go, go, go." And he drove forward, and he actually ran over the guy that was trying to pack up his winch. And the guy that was trying to pack up his winch was the guy that orchestrated the whole recovery. But then the driver decided to listen to someone else.
Oh,
So after listening to this one guy for the last 10 minutes to get him out of where he was stuck, he then gets told to go, 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 and just goes.
That's rule one.
That's
rule one. You have one person nominated to oversee and call the whole shots on the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how we work as driver and navigator. And the driver really only listens to his navigator. Yeah. Unless someone else has clearly taken over.
Yep.
Or the navigator's gone to help someone else. So yeah, no, that's another thing I really love. I love teaching people that aren't 100% sure on what to do.
Doing it right.
So I do that through the 4-wheel drive club. We'll do beginner recovery courses.
And the 4-wheel drive club, access all off-road?
All access off-road.
All access off-road.
We're a legitimate Victorian 4-wheel drive club.
That is ripper.
We do club registration.
Yep.
What do we establish? 2013.
How many members you got so far?
Oh, it's up there, yeah. So I reckon there'd be 70, 75 cars registered.
Jesus, that's a fair few.
And most of them are sort of a family membership.
Yep.
A lot of them are racers.
Yep.
That I race with. So they've got, they might have 2 or 3 cars registered with the club.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of, they're just financial members. Their car's not old enough to be on club reg.
Yep.
And they just come out on the drives, come out on the learning classes, and it's just a social
Sign
thing.
me up.
Yeah, that's it. It's a social thing. It's no different than being a member of a cricket club or a football club.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we do. It's what we love. Yep.
Yeah. No, that's sign me up. I'm very keen as well.
Definitely.
Too.
Yeah. And with COVID ruined everything. We really had it rolling.
Yeah.
We had sort of monthly drives going. We had a yearly snow trip that got cancelled the last 2 years in a row.
Yep.
We were trying to do, there was a trip to Tassie that got cancelled.
What are you doing, skiing up there?
Yeah. So with the 4-wheel drive club, we get a permit to go up to Mount Skeen. So Mount Skeen's a closed road when it snows.
Yep.
But we get a permit. We're legally allowed up there.
Will it happen this year?
I really hope so.
Can I come?
Definitely.
I'll get myself a membership and I'm coming with.
The kids are already on my case. I pulled something out of the wardrobe the other day and a pair of snow pants fell down and they've gone, Dad, how long until it starts snowing? And this was like the 1st of March. So is that the last day of summer?
I expect, I expect to only sell one thing this year, and that's my snowboard. I don't need that, but I'll need all the snow gear.
Yeah. Well, every year I take a snowboard, and I'm more than happily walk up the top of the hill and snowboard
bring
back
mine
down,
as well. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, so that's also an eye opener. Is full driving in the snow. Yeah. You can't see the holes and the rocks and stuff.
No.
And then once the first car sort of churns it up, it's brilliant. Yeah,
we did. I think about 2.5 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, easy. In 2019, no, 3 years ago, before COVID, Moroka Road up the back there had a massive dump. But we weren't first. I think there were 17 cars in the convoy.
That's the one, yeah. You want the first tracks, yeah.
Yeah, so there was the first person, and they had to rotate because the first person was just using so much fuel that they were just rotating. There were 4 different groups, and there were 17 cars in total.
Damn.
They were we all just packed up together, or compacted in together, and we just processioned through. It took hours.
Oh, definitely.
It took hours.
So we try to go, a fairly standard trip where we don't expect too much hassle.
Yep.
We'll sort of put a cap at 10 cars.
Yeah.
Happy to go to 11, 12. But when you start getting into, like I said, 17, 20, that sort of stuff, it's better to split up into 2 groups.
That's a day activity. Marley, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man.
Yeah. We got it working.
Well, I'm just trying to set up this tripod to try and get some decent angles.
Yeah, man.
Hang on. It's a bit too low. Try to set it up on the desk as well as having it extended so you can kind of see your face in the chair and everything.
No, all good, bud.
Hey, how was work?
Bloody brilliant.
Brilliant.
Nice and relaxed.
Oh. Are you sure you went to work?
Yeah, I recently changed jobs just so I can be relaxed.
Oh, nice. Same here. I hope
Fingers crossed. Sorry, man, I've forgotten your name.
Andrew.
Andrew. I'm sitting with
Burnsy.
Andrew. And we've done the first 25 minutes of the podcast, and we just want to do the last little bit with you, obviously being our Queensland interstate reporter. That's probably the easiest way we can describe what your position with as well. What did we come up with, the name?
Oh, we're
You
open to
said that.
suggestions, but I had the, what was it? Offroad On AIR.
Offroad On AIR.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, because it's got that off and on. That's what I kind of cling to as well too. That'll
Talk and traction.
Talk and traction. Yeah.
Yeah, there's heaps. We can bounce some ideas off the wall.
I really did Offroad On AIR.
Yeah.
That one was just absolute perfect. Unless you had something, Marley, do you want to throw in at all?
Sorry, boys, I'm just chucking into the earpods.
No, you're right.
We've got my camera rolling, got my whole setup. I've got drinks. You guys got drinks?
No, we didn't have drinks. We're going to do that next time.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I've got my glasses on, I've got my hat, but it's too bloody hot in this room. I think next time I might film out in front of my 80 series. That'd be a bit better.
You are most welcome to. Like a lot of people do, like just even in the driver's seat, mate, and you just shove it in front of your.
Yeah, sit it on the dash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone better, mate. I got a driver's seat in the office.
That's the go.
Oh, lovely.
Instead of my camp chair, grab me driver's seat. Pull that knob into there. Oh, just smashed the window, almost. I might bring it a bit closer to the camera. That should be good. Almost made that. So how you boys going?
A lot better than you, man. How's the weather up there?
The weather up here is insane, man. It's so crazy. Where I live in Logan Village, Yarrabilba, at the bottom of Mount Tambourine, if you guys know where that is.
Yep.
We got completely smashed and we got actually flooded in. I wasn't able to go to work for about 3 days.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That's it. Has it stopped raining yet?
It's stopped now, but it's a bit grey clouds at the moment, so...
Yeah, stop now. For now.
So has the water subsided or are you still flooded in?
No, the water's subsided now. I had some mates come over yesterday who drove the flooded bits. It's all gone now, but they reckon the mud sludge was right up to the top of the trees.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, nice. So, Marley, we're just going to quickly talk, introducing, you're on TikTok is where I found you as well, too. You're Marley Grubby.
Guys, me and Tom had some technical difficulties making this podcast. My phone ran out of storage, so I'm doing this individual sort of film for you guys, talking about myself and how I'm going to be talking to you guys for the next couple of months. My name is Marley. You probably know me as Marley Grubby from TikTok. I do the dressed up as a cowboy, dance around like a fuckhead. This is my car, Ruby, 1990, 80 series. Probably the coolest car I've ever owned. Full superior running gear underneath, pretty much. Oh, it's got PSR, panhards and adjustable control arms. It's got an NA naturally aspirated 1AZ. I'm hopefully turboing it soon. It's got a 4-inch lift, 35, and it's my baby. There's no ball at the moment because I'm actually custom making one soon. But yeah, I live up here in southeast Queensland. I do a lot of the four-wheel drive content on TikTok. I'm going to be starting up a YouTube channel soon with possibly Tom and some other friends up here in Queensland. I'm doing a lot of collabs. I'm going to be doing tips and tricks on four-wheel driving. I haven't been in the four-wheel drive scene that very long, but the stuff that I have learned, I will be teaching you guys, as it's always better to know as much as you can than not anything. Yeah, my name's Marley. I hope you guys can come on this adventure with us, and it's going to be awesome. If you guys have any questions, queries, anything like that, message us on the YouTube or add me on Instagram at MarleyGrubby2 or on TikTok at MarleyGrubby, as you guys probably know. Get those subscriber numbers up, that'd be good. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope to see you guys soon, and if you guys see me out and about, just hit me up, give me a shout. I'll take photos, I'll say good day, I'll talk to you for hours, mate. I can talk your ear off. Cheers.
A lot of people know me as the chubby cowboy, or the dude that did the 12-year-old saying car meets and stuff like that. I've been around for a lot longer than that, but that's where everyone knows me from, and yeah.
just like I said to you, even last week as well, it's like you have absolutely exploded on TikTok. You went from 5, 10, 15 to now almost 30,000 followers on the app as well too. You're pulling in some ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the crazy videos that I don't even think are going to explode, they do.
It's absolutely correct. It's always the one you're not planning on.
Yeah, yep. The ones
Yeah.
you just do for a laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the quick
Or
and
the-
easy 5-second one.
The spontaneous where you don't even think about what you're going to say. You just, because you're angry at something, you get your phone out, record it,
Yeah.
and then post it.
Yeah, stupid videos of me sliding across the 80 series bonnet and busting up my ankle, and while I was in quarantine, that was pretty funny.
Dude, that's putting your whole body on the line. I remember that one. That
Gotta-
was incredible.
Got to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Marley, you recently did Fraser, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Fraser. Well, my partner and I like to say we went to Gari, which is the Indigenous custodian land.
Yeah, Kagari, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was incredible, guys. I'd 100% recommend going there. Probably one of my bucket list ticked off right there.
Yeah, I've been there once before. Lake Mackenzie, can you describe it for me?
Mate, imagine someone's come along with a nuclear silo and just tipped it into the water. It's just that electric blue. But it's the whole way and it's completely clear. I could swim out into the middle of it and just look straight down and all you see is just black, about 30 metres down.
It's just a little
Gorgeous.
slice of paradise.
I want to go back there. I want to go back there. I only did it on a little four-wheel drive tour, so I didn't get to bring my own vehicle.
Yep.
I want to do it again.
When you come back up, I'll shout you to a beer and we'll go up together. We'll both spend a long weekend or a couple of days over.
Absolutely. I'll rustle up some time off, absolutely, and I'll beeline up there, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Marley, you drive, you got an 80, don't you?
Yep, I've got Ruby, the big red 80 series.
Ruby, the big red 80.
Yeah.
Big red bus.
Big 1H Z80 series on 4-inch lift 33s, hopefully 35 soon.
She's gorgeous.
Nice.
It definitely, you have to see it on person. It's
Yeah.
not the best, but hopefully by the end of the year it will be getting a full detail and re-resto, lockers, turbo, everything.
You going the whole hog?
Yeah, hopefully, and then in another 2 years I'll be hopefully doing either a VDJ swap or a 1H GT swap.
Secretly, not secretly anymore.
Yeah, not secretly anymore. That's out of the bag now.
Yeah. Well, that's bloody absolutely ripper, man.
Yeah, no, I've gone through quite a few four-wheel drives in my time. Originally, I've been brought up as a patrol driver. My dad had patrols, and now he's gone over to Land Rover. I'm driving an ex-army military Parenti, and yeah, I've just been hooked on patrols ever since I've been with my dad.
Yeah, so you got a fair bit of family roots in the four-wheel drive community as well too.
Yeah, even my dad, when he was younger, Pop used to come back from the army, and he'd go spend 4 or 5 weeks at Rainbow Beach and Diagula Park and stuff like that. That's all his holidays were with his family.
Trying not to
Passed
get,
that down on to us.
yeah, trying not to get bogged at Inskip Point.
Fun fact, I have not been bogged at Inskip Point yet, so
Good on
job.
ya. That's awesome.
I think I've only been bogged once, and that was in my Colorado, and I didn't realise I only had it in 2-wheel drive.
You stitched up yourself, did ya?
Yeah, I forgot to lock the hubs in.
Forgot to look that. Is that the official story?
Oh, we were being a bit stupid and digging in the back wheels to take photos with all the big party groups that we had up there.
Yeah, all good. Say no more. No more incriminating evidence.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing anything stupid. That was probably the only bad thing that I ever done.
No, it's all. If you're thirsty, you don't succeed. Destroy all evidence you tried. Well, Marley, thank you very much. We'll hit you up. Obviously, we're not sure. We're going to go for either 2 weeks or every month. We'll sort it out in the meantime. I'll give you a bell back later on, and we'll talk further as well too. But thank you very much for your time. We look forward to doing so much more with you as well too. This is going to be an absolute ripper for all three of us as well too. So thank you very much. Maybe one day we might actually meet in person as well too, and we'll go do Fraser together.
Definitely.
Yeah, or something like that. Maybe go Glass House. Well, you got your big 80 series now, so we can be cute twinning together.
Yes, twinsies.
It's only a 1FZ though, so
No, it's all good. Same as well. I'm petty as well.
all good, boys. Well, it's good chatting to you. I hope to hear from you guys again soon.
Definitely.
Cheers,
mate.
Marley. See you, man.
Cheers, boys. Bye.
All right, we may as well just do the outro now. That's
That's
about
it. Well, that's
Yeah.
we've introduced ourselves.
I want you to shout
Well,
out as
yeah.
much as you can as well too, like any title businesses, as per sponsored by. What do you got? Or obviously the 4x4 Club.
Well, yeah, the Full Drive Club, which I'm a founding member, and then reluctantly got thrown into presidency.
Founding member and reluctantly, how does that work? If you
Well,
weren't if you're the founder, usually
Yeah,
that is the president though.
No, the president's partner fell pregnant, so they've had a kid. So she was the secretary. He was the president. She was the secretary. And then it was just easier for him to take over the role as the secretary.
Yep.
So then they needed a president, and no one put their hand up, and everyone pointed at me. So yeah, here we are. So I'm still the scrutineer. So I'm the one that makes sure your cars are
Begrudgingly
eligible.
stepping up to leadership. That
Yeah,
sounds
but
about
I
right.
don't like to say I'm the president of the car club, but it is what it is. My name's the one on top of the list.
Your name's on the ciggy.
Yeah, I'm just a member. I'm out there doing the tracks like everyone else, and just doing it for fun. A major sponsor, obviously, for racing is 4x4 Off-Road Clinic in Hallam.
Yep.
He takes care of any.
I lifted the doggy up. So
any-
I lifted the doggy up.
I know
so
you did,
they
Bubba.
don't fight.
Good job. So he takes care of any stuff that we're not
Go on, Charlie.
capable of doing ourselves. So
Go on. Go for a walk, Charlie.
rebuilding lockers, fitting reduction gears in transfer cases,
Yep.
you name it, he's all about it. He gives us a shop to turn upside down before any event.
Yep.
There's a couple of others, so probably Road Safe. They supply us with arms and bits and pieces.
Yep, they would.
Yeah, that's about it. I'll have a list more. I'll see who wants to be mentioned, who doesn't.
Any of your social media handles that you want to flip off there now?
Nah, everything is all access off road. So TikTok is all access off road.
That's
Instagram
absolutely
is
streamlined.
all access off road. Facebook is all access off road.
Yep.
I think there's one that's actually all access 4x4, but they're all the same. You type
Yep.
in any sort of all access 4-wheel drive or off road in Australia.
Nice and
You
easy.
come up with me. There's another one in the States, but he's into Jeep kind of stuff. So
Super simple.
you straight away know you're in the wrong spot there. No, that's it. And yourself?
And for me, I'm Thomas John Freeman on TikTok and Thomas Freeman on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook and Insta at Foodwheel Driving. And that's about it. Yeah, you can go to foodwheeldriving.com. I'm yet to get some merch going as well too. Have you got any merch for All Access Road?
I didn't put any thought into.
Man, that's why I was like,
I actually didn't think we were going to be recording anything. So
yeah, no, all good.
I didn't brush my hair.
I'm going to
or
grab
nothing.
your merch link, and that's going to go up there as well.
Yeah,
so we're going to
definitely.
push your merch hard because I don't have mine, so we'll push yours. Absolutely, you can get some merch
Why
going
not?
as well too. And of course, thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see you next time in, what do we come for the name?
I think we're going to go with was it Offroad On Air?
Offroad On Air.
We're
That's going to look ripper as
We're
a
on air and we're
symbol.
talking about being off road, so that's it.
Brilliant.
Super simple.
Nice and easy. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
See ya.